globally, the evidence, the epidemiological evidence is very clear that the most effective control intervention we have is testing, PCR testing, tracing, and isolating people to prevent them from infecting other people. The testing is only because you need to find those people who have the virus, right? And so if you don't do that, you cannot control this. You cannot control this virus, and this is especially true with Delta, simply by wearing masks, simply by doing social distancing, simply by doing lockdowns. Will not work. Lockdowns will only work if coupled with stepped up testing. And what we did recently was a lockdown which was oversold, I think, to the politicians. And I think my medical colleagues oversold it. You cannot stop this now breaking 14 days of lockdown if you reduce testing. So what we did was we reduced testing, and then we had a lockdown, but it was flawed. We had half the country or half the workforce is still going to work and on the roads. Everyone knows this. And it wasn't a very intelligent lockdown, right? I mean, you've explained, I'm in Sydney right now. Sydney has a lockdown, but it's a very different lockdown. People can go outside this house, right? I mean, I went out this morning for 3-4 hours to the beach, and we took a long walk through the town. Nobody's wearing masks. They're supposedly in lockdown, right? So this is how their lockdown works. People are encouraged to go out, but what the restrictions are, they don't want people going to work. So they want people to try and work from home. They don't want people congregating in groups. So there's a strict ban on people, groups of more than 10 people. And they encourage people to go out because the public health messaging is very clear. The highest risk of transmission is indoors. So we actually want you to go out, but just don't mix with other people. So it's a very different kind of lockdown to the one that we had in Sri Lanka, where we forced people indoors. And the other thing that the people in Australia are now reporting, because they have very good contact tracing data on this, is that the Delta variant is so infectious that essentially, if you get the virus, everyone in your household will get it. And so they are reporting now in their contact tracing, which is, I think, a very important thing to know, that with the Delta variant, they are finding 100% of everyone else in the family will be infected. So this is the critical thing to know. This is a much more dangerous variant than we've had before. It's much more transmissible.